Hey everyone, you are tuning into the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for The Voice. As you can see, we have a very special guest here tonight. We are going to be talking about the semifinals. You don't want to miss it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, and welcome to the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for The Voice. Tonight we're talking semifinals, season 11. We have a very special guest here tonight whose song is playing right now. Darby Anne Walker, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for being here, Darby. We're so excited to have you.
Oh my God. So excited. For everyone who doesn't know, Team Miley this season, she made it to the top 11.
Yes.
She is a queen. She is a rainbow queen, if anything. Where can they find you on Twitter and Instagram?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Darby Anne Walker. That's like everything. And Snapchat if you want to chat with me. So
people really use Snapchat?
I'm addicted
We were
to
snapping
it.
right before we came on air. And my fellow co-hosts, as always, where can they find
Hey
you?
everyone, I'm Nataly Tavidian, and you can find me everywhere at Nataly Tavidian. That's Natalie with a Y.
Beautiful. I'm Chris Howard. You can reach me at Chris Howard Live on both Twitter as well as Instagram.
And I'm Dani Golub, your host. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub. Like I said, Darby's original song is playing right now. What is this song? Where can they find it? To download it? It's amazing. I love it. I really love it. We love your whole sound. We said that.
These girls were like they
number
were
one fangirls.
Number one fangirls for Darby. Darby.
Since day one.
That's
Team
all I know.
Darby.
Oh my gosh, you
Still
guys are
on
gonna
Team
make
Darby.
me blush. Thank you.
So what's the song called? Where can we find it?
So this is a song called Take Me Back Blue. You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, the whole shebang.
Make sure you guys download it. This is a good one.
Now, you did this before the show?
I produced this before the show, yes. I released this a while before the show. But it's nice because a lot of people haven't heard it. So
And now it's bringing it to the forefront.
So what's it called again?
It's called Take Me Back Blue.
Take Me Back Blue.
Yes.
By Darby Anne Walker, and you can find that on
YouTube,
iTunes,
Spotify.
Yeah, because all up until this point, most of us have only heard covers from you. We love the covers, but we were talking about it. Some of your covers were like our favorites from the entire season so far. So
thank you.
We
really
opened
got
up with some of her,
We did.
her
We
songs
No
a couple
way.
times. Yeah.
yeah, we definitely did.
It was during the battles.
I think You Don't Own Me we opened with too. Mm-hmm. You Don't Own Me, and we
Own
did.
Me.
You and Carly were
Roller
my
skate?
favorite. Yeah.
Oh my God,
That was
I
Chris's
love
favorite.
that song. That was awesome.
Isn't
That
it
rocked.
gets like stuck in your head. You know what the number one comment I got though was? Everyone's like, this sounds like it should be in a horror film. And I was like,
Really? Oh,
Yes!
I was like skipping outside. to
Maybe
that
Rocky
song.
Horror or something.
We were
you know?
all dancing
they're
along
like,
to that. We
this is
love
like the
that.
creepy scene where someone would be like murdered or something. I'm like,
No.
what are you guys
Oh my gosh,
thinking?
it's way more
kind of
fun
a-
than that.
It was
Clockwork
fun and
Orange thing.
bubbly and upbeat.
I thought so.
Was that Miley's song choice?
So it was Miley. She was like, Darby, have you heard the song? And like, strangely enough, that's one of my favorite songs.
I have
Like,
heard that song too. I love that song. I was really excited.
You knew
when guys
When I
sang
heard it, I thought,
everywhere.
man, somebody's brilliant.
That is my
yeah.
bike riding song. Like that is my I'm gonna go think song. And I was like, yes, I love that song. Let's
All
do
in.
this song. My partner hadn't heard it. Carly was like, I've never heard this song. What in the world is this? And I'm like, you're gonna love it. Trust me. It's
Well,
gonna
It's so
go
your
wrong.
quirky.
voices.
It's so quirky.
It works so well for
really-
both
It
of you.
works so good.
Something I found out recently is that you're not just a singer. Darby is like a full-blown triple threat, you guys. We had no idea. On this show, on The Voice, you only get such a small taste of all of the talent she has.
She's
So you're-
actually done a horror film with roller skates in it.
Seriously, though, she has a movie coming out
I
next year, which is a
do.
really big deal. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it is a horror film.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So
No
there
roller
you
skates. We aren't going to talk too much about the movie, but it's exciting to know that
Our mom's sitting on the couch saying, no, don't go there.
we won't dig too deep into the movie, but she's in one coming out.
Right, they call it a thriller.
They call it a thriller.
Oh, excuse me. It's
thriller.
a thriller. Sorry,
So you
my
might
bad.
be
It's a
shaking in your
thriller.
boots a little bit watching it.
I'll have you quaking in your boots.
Do you get to do any singing
Quaking
when
in
you
your
act? Do you ever
boots.
kind of merge those two worlds?
We can talk about this,
gotten
right?
to
Yeah,
yet.
okay.
I've never gotten to merge the two worlds yet. I
That would be
really
very cool.
would love to.
Being able to be in a movie or
A
a show.
thriller musical, a killer musical.
Has one been done before?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a very
Rocky
good.
Horror
Rocky
Picture
Horror.
Horror is
That's like
pretty
the last
good. That's
one.
like,
That's like the
It is.
musical.
It
like,
is.
but you could do it with butterflies and rainbows and
I'll
be
create
killing
my
people
own.
on roller
I
skates.
don't know if like via this camera you can really get what she's wearing right now. I almost
We
want
wanted
to
to stand.
get the
Would you stand?
Can we
Stand
stand?
up. I
Ready?
don't know
Stand up.
if
Look
at that.
I got a
Love
rainbow
it.
thing. Oh,
This is very Miley Cyrus.
And
This
you're
is very
wearing the
voice.
butterfly.
I'm wearing the butterfly. that
that
Miley
was
gave
from
me.
Miley.
Yeah.
I think that it was like a really, really special, unique bond that you two had. Because right from the second that you saw each other, personally, I actually thought you might have chosen Alicia right off the bat just because Alicia was new and you were so connected with her music.
That's the thing, though. So, like, the way that everything was edited together, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Alicia Keys fan. Like, no one was my song.
Right.
But,
I think they want to play with the audience.
they played with the audience like a lot. I was like, whoa, like watching it. I was like, yeah, you do love Alicia Keys, don't you, Darby? Like, I was like, who are you gonna pick? But no, like, Miley's always been someone who I've looked up to. She was my first concert. Hannah Montana.
Me too.
No,
I went to the Best of Both Worlds concert.
that was my. She was with the Cheetah Girls, and I just remember being like, I want to
Amazing.
be you. That's what I want someday.
Well, look at you now.
Look at me
And
now.
you told, and you told her that, right?
Oh, okay, so that's a funny story. That
You
was like
didn't
the
want
most.
to tell
I
her.
didn't want to tell her. So, okay, I was talking to Aaron, and I told him that
Were you
story.
trying to be cool?
Aaron Gibson.
I was talking to
show.
Aaron Gibson, and I told him that story, and he's like, "You have to tell Miley." And I was like, "I'm not gonna tell Miley. She will think I'm creepy." He's like, "No." He's like, "I think that it would make you
think
guys
she'd be
best
honored."
friends." And I was like, "I really don't think so." So we're rehearsing our group song. Everyone's gone off stage. It's just us, the crew. Like the lights are off, and we take a break. And he's like, "Hey, Miley, Darby has something she wants to tell you." And I was like, "No, I don't. That's funny. I don't." And he's like, "No, I really insist." And so then, like,
So
everyone's
then she was like, yeah, you have to tell me.
everyone's staring at me. They're like, and I'm like, "Okay."
Aaron Gibson putting you on the spot.
Putting me on the spot. I tell the story, and I was like, when I was 6 or 7, my mom blindfolded me and my friends and took us down, and she unblindfolded us, and she's like, "Girls, we're seeing Hannah Montana."
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was the time of my life. Like, that was the best.
gift.
It was the best. And so, like, automatically, her and I both turned red. We're both equally as embarrassed as,
So
like,
funny.
as each other. It was great. It was a good moment.
I'm curious how much personal time you got with her throughout
lot.
the entire. A lot.
Which
We
is
got a lot.
interesting because we heard from some previous artists from The Voice that they didn't get as much. And when we had Jeffrey Austin here,
Right.
he was on Team Gwen, and he said that he like spent some time with her, but it was like an hour or two a week. It seems like you and Miley were able to bond a lot more.
Oh
than
my
that.
gosh, Miley's always there. Like, she's the most above and beyond person. She puts her heart and soul into all of us on her team. And it's like, it's not even just music. It's her texting you at 1 a.m, seeing how you are. Like, are you okay? Or like, her just sending you songs like, this reminded me of
That's
you.
really sweet.
No, she's invested in you as a human being, which, as an artist, is the best feeling.
Yeah, it really is.
I know,
feel like
this
to
whole
have-
season too, we've come to really appreciate Miley more than
We feel like we
would've
actually
known,
got to know her, you know, because
Yeah,
I feel like in the
exactly.
past it was
She's
like just a fame thing and it was an image, but now we get to see the true Miley, beautiful inside and out,
Yeah.
you know, which is
And
really cool.
It's definitely not. We don't get to see a lot of the background work. We
No,
don't know how
you
much time she's
don't.
spending with you guys, but I feel like you can feel it when you're watching
True.
her because she's so emotionally invested in all of
She's
it.
like the stage mom. Like, if you ever watch Toddlers and Tiaras,
Yeah.
like, she's that mom. Like, as soon as you're like getting ready to do like your riff or your move, she's like there and she's like,
Giving you like the thumbs up.
yes, I
She
love
sings
it.
along with you every time
She
you were on
does.
stage.
signing it as you go.
So-
Oh my gosh.
You spoke about this a little bit on the show, but we talked about it more when you were when we were watching. So you kind of dropped everything. Your whole family dropped everything to move out here and pursue your dream.
Yeah.
What has that been like now, being on the show, getting the platform that you feel like you finally deserve? You know?
It's been unbelievable. It's a really gratifying feeling. It's like, I moved out here 8 years ago. My family picked up, left, and it's been a struggle. Like, these past 8 years have been the hardest.
You're
thing.
17, right?
I'm 18.
18 now.
I'm 18, so it's like, I mean, everyone made a lot of sacrifices. So just to be able to be on that platform, to get the response that I got from people, and to really be able to do it 100% as who I wanted to be and portray myself as who I am, that was the most spectacular thing I could have done.
What's so cool about that, though, is that, I mean, who better to pick than Miley
Yeah.
for being who you are? I mean, there's this whole thematic.
Right.
It's brilliant. It's perfect. It's a perfect choice.
It
and
was
she
the
really
perfect
fostered
fit.
that.
It was the perfect fit because we both really believed in that. We went into it and we weren't like, okay, what's everyone want to hear? Or what is it this week that'll get you through to next week? That was never a thought
Right.
process. It was, okay, what message are we going to portray this week? Or, Darby, how are you feeling? What do you want to put out? How do you want to look? So that's what was amazing about it. It was collaborative. It wasn't me being told to wear this and do that.
Well, what's so nice is that as a young woman, you know what you want and you have your own brand. No, but for real, like, that's so hard to find, and so many people, even like later in life, don't even know what they want to do.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to see someone so comfortable in their own skin at such a young age, and I think that led people to thinking you were so much older than you were probably on the show.
No, you definitely carry
command
yourself
the-
like
you
you
can fill
are
the whole
because you
room.
know who you are. You talk a lot about like messages that you want to get
Yes,
across
yeah.
with every performance, with every show. What do you hope that people takeaway from your whole experience on The Voice and in the last 6 years of your life?
I hope, if anything, people take away the belief in themselves that they can be who they want to be, and that whatever dream they have to do, as cliche as that sounds, if you work for it and go for it, you can do it. I think one of the biggest things we do to ourselves is we tell ourselves, like, we limit ourselves. We, like, stop ourselves before we do anything because we're afraid, and we live our life through fear, when at the end of the day, I don't know how long I'll be here. I don't know what the future holds, but I have to do what I love to do, and I have to be able to help people in any way I can, because that is why I'm here. That, for me at least, I mean, connecting with people, that's what I love to do. That's why I love music. That's why I love art, is to make people feel something. Because I don't even know how to describe it. And I'm not going to.
You definitely did, though. You did. We felt it.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, see, it's like the ultimate in self-expression. I love it. I love what you're doing. Who were your sources of inspiration? I mean, because I think Amy Winehouse.
I love Amy.
I mean, you have such a unique sound. Like, I feel like a lot of people on this show are often compared to other artists, but Darby is like her own thing. You know, I feel like I really can't think of another artist exactly that I can like put my finger on.
I think like Jessie J or Amy Winehouse.
Like a lot of
like
different people.
So cool to hear.
Different genres.
People that inspire me musically, Janis Joplin.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
She is. I love Janis Joplin. Frank Sinatra is one of the big ones.
How do you feel about Riley this season?
Okay.
We love Riley.
Okay,
let's
how
hear
do
the
you
real
not
story.
love Riley? How do you not love Riley? Riley is
amazing.
I swear.
Such a talent.
He's such a talent. I think it's the funniest thing, like, because I still talk to him, and it's like, I remember before, like, everything aired, he was like, he's the goofiest, dorkiest, like, most lovable person you'll ever meet in your life, and he couldn't get a girl to go out with him.
He was saying, I'm singing love songs, but no girls like me.
Oh, no, every girl likes him now. I'm like,
sure.
So he still has time to take your call, though.
Yeah, he still has time sometimes.
Pencil you in.
Sometimes. He's like, I'll try, Darby.
Yeah.
I'll try. No, I swear. Like, I couldn't even get a date to homecoming, and you got, like, every girl in the North American continent, like, trying to reach you. Oh my gosh.
So what, if you could give any advice to someone who's maybe watching you on here or watched you on The Voice that's like sitting at home on their couch thinking, can I do this? Can I drop everything and try to pursue my dream? Like, not everyone has necessarily the family or the means that will do that, but like, what do you say to those people who are not necessarily even with music, but anything maybe in the more creative space?
Do it. What's stopping you?
Yeah.
What's stopping you? At the end of the... I don't want to look back on my life and have any regrets. I don't want to play it safe. I don't want to think, well, if I would have just tried that, like, you never know what could happen. So if you have something, especially in the creative space, it's competitive, especially with social media and the way everything is right now, but you never know what's going to happen if you don't try. If it's what you love to do and you pour your heart and soul into it, the way I look at it is there's no way you could fail. There's no way, because in one way or another, you're going to affect someone with your art. Someone's going to connect to what you're putting out. And as an artist, that's what our jobs are. So there's no way to possibly fail.
Take away all that fear.
Yeah. Exactly. Fear's the killer, man. It is. I feel like it's bred into us, and we let it, like, it's just this, like, concept that we've made up, and we let it run our lives. And I don't understand that.
Now, you have two siblings, too, that are in the same kind of path, or?
No, very different paths.
Oh, really?
I've got a twin, and I have a little sister.
A twin?
I have a twin!
We saw your twin on the show.
Yeah!
Oh, I missed that. I didn't see that.
My twin is so beautiful. She's really smart. My twin is, like, freaky smart, like, analytical, and things just click with her. Like, I was never the best at school, whereas it's always come easier for her. And she's got style out of this world. Oh my goodness, like...
Does it compare to all this?
She helped me. No, she definitely, like, helps me pick out my outfits.
Cool.
Like, when it came to making my style boards for the show, I was like, Cass, please help me, because she knows what I want.
Cool.
She's just really good at finding it and putting it together.
So what's her path? Is it
I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Is it a creative type
We're all
path as
young.
well, or
Who
no?
knows?
I think she's going to end up doing something that combines business with her creative sense, because she's a really creative person, but she is also very, like I said, analytical and business-minded. So
And
hopefully we'll work together someday.
That would be cool.
And you got a little sister, you said? Is there?
I do. Okay, my little sister is like Mother Teresa for animals. That is my little. I'm
I
not
love
even
that.
kidding. No, she's so good. So
She's like the next Caesar Milan.
she's
I
like
love the
the
dog
next
whisperer.
Jane shock at all.
Oh,
like,
cool. I like
oh
that.
my goodness.
Loves the monkeys.
When she watched The Life of Pi, like, for years, up until now, like, if you say the word tiger, she bursts into tears.
Oh, wow.
I'm not even kidding you. I was so
Powerful.
mean. I used to, like, mess with her. Like, we'd be
That's
out at
so
dinner.
funny.
I'd be like, tiger, and she'd just lose it. But no, she's got a heart of gold.
We were talking a little bit. You briefly mentioned social media. Darby has like literally blown up on social media from this show.
like the biggest following.
The biggest
I do,
following
yeah.
from anyone on the show, which is a huge deal.
Of
I mean,
anyone on the show?
Of anyone on
I
the
think
show.
that shows like even if you didn't make it all the way to the end, I think that shows how much you connected with people and
Yeah.
how much people like bought on to what you were selling. You know what I mean?
Completely.
Which I think is like there's a lot to be said about that. It's not only about like what cover you sing that week or what you were wearing or what you know what I mean. It's more about like, can I connect with this person's message? And I know we'll get into all the other artists soon, but there are some people that I think are so talented, but I just don't connect with them on a personal
I
level.
still think I've got the tweet when she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? We were both like, what? She's like, Darby's got caught.
I was so upset.
She was so upset.
I felt like I was able to connect. You transcended through the TV screen, which is a really hard thing to do. So props to you for that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but she
Really
was-
amazing.
yeah, that was,
I'm
like,
sure
a
you can pull up
serious
my
thing.
embarrassing emails.
Don't worry, I was crying too. I was crying too.
I told you my roommate was like, I'm not watching this show anymore.
No, Darby, we were shocked.
Shocked.
Like last
My jaw
week,
was like-
we held a moment of silence, or we tried to stay silent,
but I
we just
couldn't. I
kept
was like-
talking about it, so it was a moment
I was
of
up
just
in arms.
talking about Darby.
It came as a shock to me also
Yeah.
as well. Like I really wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh my goodness. And then after it happened, I was like, okay, Darby, like don't cry yet. Like keep your composure, But I went home and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this has been like a year of my life. Like
Right.
this whole
But
But what a
process.
fantastic year.
What a
you know?
fantastic year.
Seriously.
And going back to what you said, I think that's the most important part. It's like, for me, looking back on it, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I've already won. I had a message and I have this passion. My thing is, my music isn't just what I do.
Yeah.
The whole reason I love it is because I want to touch and change. I want to make
Totally.
change somehow. Somehow someone has to. And just the fact that as many people bought into that and want that change just
Yep.
as much as me, that's what's magical. That's the most amazing
Like,
part.
I don't think it matters if you win the show, come in second place, come in
At
10th
all.
place, or just make
Yeah.
it through the blind auditions. If you're able to touch people and connect with people the way you
Exactly.
did, that's all that really matters.
Being on the show is part of your career path,
Yeah.
and it's like here you've got this tremendous window to the world, and there's going to be 50 other windows like that in the future. But it's like what a neat ride.
Oh, it was
There
amazing.
are certain people that you see on the show that you wonder if they'll ever be able to like create their own music and have their own brand in the future. Whereas I have no concerns in that department for you. It's like there are some of them that I just see
We
them
know
as
who Darby
see them as cover artists. But I mean, even just opening the show, we opened with one of your own original songs that you have from before this journey. So
I've been writing music my like whole life, especially
Cool.
after my father passed away. That was really my way of like trying to make sense of the world, and I never really stopped. And it's frustrating because for the longest time I didn't play an instrument. I recently picked up the ukulele, so that's
cool.
that's
the
an
one you want
adventure.
to pick up. Yeah.
It's so fun.
Really?
Okay.
But that is kind of you though. That's kind of that.
it does.
yeah.
It works.
Plug
Are you
it
teaching
into-
yourself? Do
I
you have
am.
a pro teaching you?
I am
YouTube or
teaching
something?
myself. I've learned most of what I learned on the ukulele just from playing and writing on it.
Cool.
I mean, plus if you've ever plugged a ukulele into an amp, I do. It like electric ukulele is the coolest
Cool.
sounding thing
Oh, we wanna see
ever.
that.
That sounds
Oh,
like
that's
a good
really
name for a company.
Electric
That should be your
ukulele.
company.
Ukulele.
Your company name.
Your label.
Electric
When she has her own
ukulele.
label one day, it's going to be called Electric
Yeah, exactly.
Rainbows and yeah.
Right, oh my
Artist on
gosh.
I think we should probably get into talking about tonight's episode. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to have some behind-the-scenes personal insight from
This
Darby
is so
because
cool.
these
We've
are
been
all
hearing
her
stuff
friends.
that I don't think we can talk about.
We're all, they're all her friends,
They're
so
all my
it's going to be
friends.
really neat to be able to get that insight. So first up tonight was Team Alicia's Christian Cuevas, who is a favorite in this room, at least for us along the way. He sang To Worship You I Live. We mentioned last week that there's a lot of religious music on the show right now.
The last
We
episode
felt-
there was.
I feel
there
like
was.
I'm at like the Voice Church camp.
Oh my god.
The funny thing is these two always get to watch, and I watch it before, so it's like we still haven't talked
in
about
the
them
best
yet.
way possible. I mean, Christian slayed as always. We were talking while we were watching about the emotion he has when he sings. What did you guys think
This
of this
is him.
performance?
He's in his element here, and he was crying, and he was so into it. This is who Christian is.
The crying face is what gets people. I'm telling you, he like reaches into your soul and he's like, "It's mine now."
Right.
Like, that's what he does. That's what he does. No, recently he has with the past two performances. Like, although I have to say, yesterday was one of my favorite performances of his. It was
spectacular.
so good. But no, he's really connected with these last two.
Oh, here we
This
go.
is his performance tonight that you're hearing. I wonder
Oh,
though
and
if
with the all white. And
yeah,
like
the all white,
white
and they had
mosh
the.
pit
They had the
and
I
the
wonder
white-
though if people are gonna buy this song. I think at this point in the competition,
think so.
At this point in the competition, you have to be playing music that people are gonna want to go straight to iTunes and buy, because that's how you win this thing.
That's my feeling too. Like,
I wonder.
I thought this was I like this better as a faith-based song than I like the other ones from the last episode. I really like this one. I connected with it, but not enough to go out and buy it. So I was like, boy, I don't know that's going to help out that much. I love Christian as an artist.
Yeah, he got some of my votes tonight. So again, make sure you guys are voting on the Voice app.
Go vote.
You have to
vote.
or else garbage like this happens when we don't make our favorite through.
Why
What the heck?
garbage like this?
No, like the fact that she's here right now.
that this happened.
Yeah, the fact that she's here and not there is garbage. Is what I'm trying to say.
I was like, what? How do we trust people now?
Oh my god.
I don't. It's out of my hands. But vote, please.
Please vote.
There you go. Get out and vote.
We saw a lot of duos tonight, which was really
That was
interesting.
so fun.
It was
Yeah.
so
That was
fun.
so cool.
It was really cool. The first duo of the night was Way and Aaron sang 4 or 5 seconds. I
Great
love
pairing.
this song, and wow, the smokiness in his voice tonight was perfect for this
Beautiful.
cover.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's smoldering.
the song is Paul McCartney, Kanye, and Rihanna. What better two to cover this than Aaron and Way? Like, both of them have such unique individual
So
sounds.
you were on the team with Aaron, yeah? So
Okay, I was on a team with Aaron.
I think that they're buddies.
Yeah,
That's
Aaron-
what I've gotten from this.
That's what I kind of got from sitting like 3 stations from you.
Well, because you lit up. These are your friends.
These are my
No, but when we mentioned Aaron's name, there was something special there.
No, Aaron's my pal, but no, just knowing, because I knew that this was gonna, like, they were doing this song, and I'd heard everything he was saying. He's like, I really don't know how to feel about this going into it.
Why?
Just because he doesn't do music like that.
Right,
That's not
that's not
really
his
that's
genre.
not his genre. But I was so into it.
I thought he did a fantastic job, yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Like, as soon as I leave, I'm gonna call him and be like, you were so wrong. Like, this was amazing.
It was perfect.
So
Can you
good.
also let him know that he was totally rocking that suit?
Yeah, we love the
Aaron,
blue suit.
Aaron,
I like that
you
too.
looked hot in the blue
Yeah.
suit.
They
It
would have been
worked.
a nice. You guys would have matched nicely tonight on this, the rainbow and the blue, like a red.
That would
carpet
be a
look.
first. We've never matched before.
It would look really nice. Next up tonight was a Team Miley favorite,
Yes.
Allie. She's saying "I Will Always Love You" by Dolly Parton, which Miley keeps giving her Dolly, which is a huge compliment from Miley, being that it is her godmother. This is your teammate. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Okay, first off, love Allie. Allie is my bacon queen, so there we have it.
Bacon Queen.
She's my bacon
Her
queen.
look tonight was.
Allie looked so beautiful. That was the first thing
Amazing.
I was like,
Wardrobe
holy
does
cow.
such a
Yeah,
good
the
job
hair,
with
the
her.
dress. Oh my
spectacular.
God.
You can't help but look at her. She's beautiful. And all of her notes, every run she did, it was, you know that
She never
felt
misses it. She's such a pro, you know?
It's just beautiful. It was so beautiful to watch.
I said I could see her performing at Whiskey A Go Go. Can't you like imagine her like in a few months being there,
She'd
and
be
I would for
fantastic.
sure go see her.
I tweeted her, I'd like, you look beautiful tonight. It was just.
She does. She really does.
She's one of those artists that I think I've said before, like I would want to see her live outside
Yeah.
of watching her.
I think it'd be cool because you guys would get a sense for her personality more.
Yeah.
Like, she has the best personality. You can't help
I'm
but be
sure.
happy
Do they
around her.
organize tours and stuff like that for The Voice
They have.
afterwards?
They have in the past. I don't know
I
what's
don't think
gonna
it's in the
happen.
works.
They haven't
right
said
now.
anything about it yet.
No.
Sometimes they do like a Voice season 11 tour. Like they do
Right.
things like that. They did that with AGT in the
I
past
thought I
too. So you
remembered
think
that.
the
But it's not
dance
a
goes on
regular
tour.
thing.
It's not a regular thing. They do something different every season with The Voice. In the past, they've done like music videos, and in the past, they've done original songs.
Because this
in the
season
past.
you've had so many strong people. It's like
Yeah.
it's been a
We
really strong
talked about that
season.
again
Yeah.
tonight, and we talk about it every week, and I can't say it enough. There still is not a clear winner, and that's what keeps me coming back each week for more, because in the past, at this point, I could almost like stop watching certain seasons because
Right.
you know who's gonna win. I feel like this season, there are like, a handful of them, like at least 4 or 5, that it could go any way.
But you know
Yeah,
what the
we
hard
have
part,
no
honestly, is? It's like everyone that's there right now, everyone that was there, period, deserved to be
Oh,
there.
so talented.
Everyone was so talented, and that's what's hard for me after being in it to wrap my mind around. Because I'm like, how do you pick a winner?
you don't. I don't
Everyone
know.
has their heart and soul
Yeah.
on the line every single week. This is
Putting
everyone's
everything into
life.
it.
How do you say, oh, you win?
Yeah.
Like you really
Unfortunately,
can't.
it comes to that point where they have to, though.
It,
That's
com-
why
it comes to that point, but it's like if I could stress anything, it'd be the fact that everyone who was there won.
I was just gonna
Everyone
bring that
who was
back up
there.
because you said that. You're like, I feel like I won, and I really feel like you didn't. I feel like all of them have. Like, just being able to get to this point and to get on
Oh
this
my
platform, there's
God.
nothing like it.
And can I say you look even more beautiful in person?
She really does.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Totally gorgeous. Yeah,
Thank you so
It's really unbelievable.
You did a good job, Mom.
She's really the full package. Next up tonight was Team Adams Brendan Fletcher, and he sang Angel by Sarah McLachlan. We got a bit of a laugh right when this came on because this is this really, really sad song from the ASPCA dog commercial.
Oh God, I don't know that. I'm not.
I started
yeah.
like I got a tear in my eye just because like every time this commercial, it's those dog commercials that are like 5 minutes long. Have you ever
I
seen
know,
them?
I know,
like
but
shaking in the corner.
I didn't make that
And then you
connection.
start
So upsetting.
crying, and
Yeah,
that's all I was thinking about.
Yeah, I didn't cry, but I thought he did a fantastic job.
My one complaint.
We get emotional here, Chris.
Yeah.
We get really emotional.
With the only probably complaint I've had from wardrobe this entire season, why was Brendan dressed in jeans and a sweater as if he was going to like hang out at a coffee shop?
Oh, I thought it's fantastic.
You did? Okay,
Yeah, it worked
maybe
for
that's
me.
just me. I just felt like his performance was so smoky and suave
Right.
and smooth, and then like to have
Smoldering.
the look, like I feel like he should have been in like a nice like rustic suit or something.
I think
gosh.
he's really improving as it's
Oh,
come
yeah.
along because he was so closed, and now there's such you're getting the
hearing it now.
connection finally where he's connecting with people. And when he's doing these tender songs, I think Adam said it really well, with the tender and the intimacy. I think the more intimate he becomes with people,
Oh, that's
All
what
the
that's what
candles.
does
I think
it.
that's where the candles and the sweater came in. I think they were going for the whole,
Cuddling.
like,
candles, sweaters,
the
yeah,
cuddling,
Yeah.
or like the really, really simple. Like let's keep it low key. Let's keep it super simple.
because in the beginning he was so very shut off for the audience, like he wasn't
yeah.
I
connected.
didn't hate the sweater. I didn't.
I
hate
mean,
it.
we all know
The
that I
candles
think
were-
he is a cutie.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh
cutie.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a-
No.
I mean-
No doubting.
I mean, I'm always gonna be on
What
Team
do you think? Hold on. What did you?
What do I think?
Yeah,
Jesus,
who's the
Brett.
hottest guy on the show?
You can't ask
Sorry about
me
that.
that.
I can ask you that.
Ask me
Why
that.
else would we have you here? We want to know.
We need the juicy details.
Adam
Who's
was
the
in,
hottest
right?
guy?
We asked
Adam's
some
hottest
questions
guy.
here.
Who's the hottest guy behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes.
Personality and like
Yeah,
full
like
package.
that you look at. That's the package.
That's so hard.
Come
You
on, tell
cannot
the
for me.
truth.
I'm gonna blush.
Tell the truth.
I
Tell
think
the
didn't we? I mean, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. We said Josh. We were liking Josh.
Josh is very
Josh is
charming.
very-
You think
My
Josh
thing
is
is,
charming?
honestly, I think. Okay, I can't.
Just say it. Just say it. Who's the hottest guy?
Top three. I'll give top
Okay,
three.
top
Yeah,
three.
it's
Top
good.
three. Josh Gallagher.
Okay.
Woo!
You think he's number one?
I can't rate
No,
them.
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
No
you're already
particular
kidding.
order.
Although
No
he's
particular
just, he's really like the nicest person ever.
Okay, so Josh?
Josh Gallagher. I'd say Aaron because his personality.
Yeah.
You like honestly, I wish people. He's the most sarcastic person.
I feel like we
I've
don't
ever
get
met.
enough of his personality.
You really-
for the show.
You like Aaron? There's
Aaron's
a third one
great.
coming.
Okay, and then I would say, my thing is, Brendan's like he's physically attractive, but
Right.
like he's not my cup of tea.
Fair.
He's not
So
my.
he's not
cup
So
in
of
your
now
top
we don't
three
have to
hottest.
fight over him.
No, we don't have to. You can have him. He's all yours.
Who's the third hottest?
Oh,
That's Brendan.
I
You
would say
just said
like
it.
I'd say
Brendan.
what? How about Sundance? We'll say Sundance.
Yes.
Honestly,
We love
Austin
Sundance
Alsop. He was like
Really?
Yeah, he's
really yes.
He
Yes.
unfortunately
He was
left
a
us
tall
last week.
guy.
Mom's going
water.
yak, and there's over there like, yeah.
Oh,
Austin.
we forgot to mention it. Last week, Austin and Courtney were the two that were eliminated, which was really, really sad because we've loved both of them all along. Specifically, I felt really connected to Courtney's music. I really loved her. I loved her full package, her look, her
She has a
everything. So
heart.
we miss you, Courtney. Come visit us here at AfterBuzz.
Oh, she did.
Speaking of Sundance, him and Josh were up next. They did a duo, which I thought was a really great pairing. I
They
feel like
sounded so
I
good
could
together.
see these two going on tour together. I feel like that a lot.
It was
a lot of
so
They had a good
Right.
rapport too. They
Good.
did,
Yeah,
kind of
so
joking
good.
back and forth.
I like
and-
the hat theme going on.
Yeah, and then Josh had his strap back. That we like the
Yes.
Gallagher strap.
Yes, I'm like I don't know why.
I
point
think
that out
Natalie
every time. I'm,
wants
like,
it made one for
obsessed
her.
with that.
We should make you one. I think it'd be good.
Yeah, just wear it as like a belt.
Just wear it as a belt. Who needs the guitar?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then
Put it on a piano.
Next up was Team Alicia's Way, who we got a little bit of taste of Way's family tonight. We got to see her dad with her on
Right.
set, which was really sweet. She sang Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara, which is a really amazing song with a great message, which I think is a really important message, which I think that it's nice when they kind of do that kind of music.
I
on the
listened to
show.
the message, and I don't know if it's just because they framed it out in the beginning and said,
There's
you
a
like to
message.
have a message. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm listening. But I thought it was a good
I
message.
think this was one of her best performances. to be
And the
honest.
way she looked even tonight with
She
like,
was
her makeup
so
looked spectacular.
beautiful. She
I
was
feel
so
like
beautiful.
she matures more and more every time we see her.
I agree.
Okay, now we heard a secret behind the scene thing that she doesn't necessarily
always
pick her own
dress-
outfits.
I don't think that any of them really pick their own outfit. The voice wardrobe
The
does a lot
voice
of
wardrobe
that.
does a lot of everything.
Really?
I mean, people forget you're working for a network.
Right.
So it's like at the end of the day, the network has to approve everything.
See, I don't like the little bow ties and stuff. I think she looks beautiful in a dress. I like it when she dresses like a girl.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
pointed that out a few times. Yeah.
I feel like I like the look, but I also feel like with Darby we got to see a lot of who she was, whereas I feel like with some of these artists, by the way they're dressing, we don't always get to see who they truly are. And hopefully
Did you like the way they dress you? And the way
Oh,
they-
see, I pushed really hard. I was like the
You have to
loudmouth
fight.
that was like, look, this is what I want.
me.
This is me.
And I'm sure Miley backed you up.
Oh,
too.
she did 10,000%. And I feel like
Not everyone has that voice though.
No,
you know?
but the thing is, a lot of people don't really know exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't know what to say. Yeah, I'm serious. I'd
We
be
talk
like,
about wardrobe a lot here.
We do.
I'm obsessed
I think it's
with
so
the wardrobe on
important.
the show.
Miley has rocked it this season.
she really has.
Oh
She's
my
spectacular.
she's so
I see some of those
I
outfits.
loved
I'm like,
her like present sweater. Today.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
very
she looks
well, see,
crispy.
so
tonight
good.
I wasn't as thrilled, but I've seen some of them. And it was just like, oh my
the dress,
God.
the silver
Festive.
dress from last week's results.
Oh,
Wow.
amazing. With the little ears.
With the little ears, I was like,
So cute.
Miley.
So
I'm
you're
just
hearing
listening
Way
to this
now.
in the
Yeah, you're
background too.
hearing now.
She's amazing. It's really
This was different
really
this
strong.
week too. I feel like in the past we've seen her do like more belty songs, where this is something that was like more pop. And like we said, Way doesn't necessarily have a box, a genre that you could put her in. So it's neat to hear her sing all different kinds
And
of
the
music.
one thing about her too is that she seems to be like several levels above the technique. Like it's like she's not thinking of the
She's a
technique
trained
of
opera
singing.
singer.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people forget
Last
that.
week.
We
It's
saw a little bit about
She is
last
a
week.
classically trained
Yeah.
opera singer in multiple languages. So she's bringing that to the table when she sings. which
Where's
is-
she from? What nationality is she?
I don't
Any
know.
I don't think that we got
I
that.
don't know.
Huh.
I know she's from New York. No, New York, right? Yeah, she's from New York. On it, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she
I
seems
really
really
look
sweet.
forward to seeing what she'll put out when she's in control. Like
Yeah.
when she's figured fully, like what is, I want to know what her sound is. That's what I'm most curious
Figured out
about.
her style.
It's like, we know she has this voice.
Yeah.
We've seen it, we've
She has
heard
the
it.
talent. It's now I want to see like what her.
I want to
message
see
is.
who's
What her
Way.
style becomes,
I want
yeah.
to know who is Way, because I want.
Because she's
I-
the same age as you, isn't she?
She's
little
like,
bit
yeah,
younger.
a couple months younger, yeah.
Same grade probably in school. Maybe.
Way's doing college classes.
Way is?
Yes.
Yeah, while she's on the show. I think she said that last week she was in 19 credits or something while she was.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how she does
How is
that.
that possible?
I don't know. She's smart. She's
Yeah,
smart.
it's pretty impressive.
I really like this performance.
I did
though.
too.
I
It's good,
liked,
yeah.
I liked the drummers. Look at Alicia rocking out to it. But I loved all the
Yeah,
drummers.
you know,
really
as you
nice.
mentioned that, the drummers, there's kind of a almost an ethnic type of vibe to it, like an African type of, that could really come in there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Mama Alicia dancing along.
Next up tonight was Darby's dear friend Aaron. He was on Team Miley, obviously.
How old's
Team
Aaron?
Miley alumni.
Aaron, I think he's 26.
Yeah.
26.
And he sang Everything I Do it for You, which is a beautiful, beautiful song.
so beautiful.
This was
So
really
good.
moving tonight. I feel like I was really able to connect with him through the TV. What do you guys think?
I thought it was too bad he didn't have anyone to sing to. and he plugged himself in.
What do you mean you didn't have
He had a
anyone to
little
listen to?
he had a little plug in where he was like, "Hey everyone, I'm single, so I'm
Oh,
not necessarily
yeah.
You know,
singing
he's
this
got
to everyone."
he's got the DMs coming in. Don't let
I'm
him
sure.
fool
People
you.
are sliding in the
Yeah.
DMs.
Oh, there's
Sure.
real slide about
I'm
it.
sure.
The
I
DMs.
don't doubt it because he sounded like he was singing to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that
Girls.
cry thing too. Did you notice? Like, I swear.
A fake cry thing?
Not fake. Like, he gets
There
right into it.
there was
He's
a
like-
moment where his voice
voice-
kind of like cracked, and I felt like it was like
At the on
emotion.
a high note.
Yeah.
He missed
It was
one
like
high
in
note and
Hurt,
just
like
yeah.
Hurt in that performance. The tonight's was one of my favorites, just because like I love it when he really just.
He was very emotional in this one. Like when he was singing the
guys are
fight for
hearing it
you,
now.
he
Yeah.
looked angry, and like the die for you, he was really, really emotionally into this. I think
Yeah.
I really
He's
connected
hasn't
with
he, he's
Aaron.
been saved 3 times?
Yeah,
Is
it
it-
was brought to
Yeah.
our attention tonight that that's the most anyone has ever been saved in a row. He's been all 3 weeks of like the live shows. He's been in the bottom, and he's been saved every single
How's he
time.
handled that behind the scenes? Has
Okay.
it just been,
Oh my gosh, he's
like,
like
pulling my hair
It
out.
was so funny. No, he doesn't get that way. He's honestly
Really? That's
okay.
the perfect person for it to happen to, then. I guess.
So the first time he was bottom 2, I remember I was backstage crying. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna, like, I have to see
my
him.
teammate."
My teammate, like I need him here." Like, and he just goes off and he's like,
Chilling.
"Yeah." And then when like we were in bottom 2 again, he's like, "Go have fun." And I was like, "What?" Yeah, go have fun. And like this week, I don't know, the way he looks at it, he's like, he gets to sing another song. He loves every song he's singing, and he's cool with whether like no matter what happens, he's cool. So. I think
Like,
that's
I
what-
think that the
Because you all
mentality
won
of
at
like
the
I've
end.
already won thing is really settled in with him,
yeah,
which
for
is very
sure.
cool.
That's a great mentality. And during the live eliminations, when it seemed like the shows were really rushed, it seemed like you're trying
That
to
was
fit
during the
everything in.
not the Olympics,
The
election
playoff.
week. Election week.
During the
Holy,
election,
that was
did that freak everybody out?
yes, because
I was
Good
like
for you
sweating.
guys.
that was
It looked like everybody was
This is
feeling
like
the
the
stress.
Hunger
Like
Games.
everybody was being rushed, like on stage, like go.
yeah,
the
it was.
tension.
Next.
It was right before me, like my team went on stage to like figure out what our fate was. Or no, right before
Our
we went to
fate.
perform.
What's our fate?
What's our
It
fate?
is.
Right before we went to perform, we had to watch like Team Alicia's people like leave, and like Kylie and like Josh are crying, and I'm just like, don't be phased. Just like stay in your bubble. Stay in your
like,
bubble.
I feel like I almost wouldn't even want to watch.
This
Like sit
is
in the back
family.
of the quiet
I don't
room.
think people realize like
You guys spend a lot of time
it's
together
not
before the show.
No one there's looking at this like a competition. Like I'm gonna beat you. Like we all genuinely want each other to succeed.
But then there comes the point where you're standing there and somebody's gonna go home.
But that's the hard part. Like that's the most depressing thing. Like the entire time, it's so hard to like enjoy the moment because in the back of your mind you're like, oh no,
You're
like,
losing someone. Well, what I think is so beautiful about The Voice in specific is we've talked about this in the past, but other reality competition shows is a lot about like making fun of people and putting them down, whereas The Voice I feel like only lifts people up, and that shows in the sense of how close you all are, which I think is a really nice thing. I think that so much of reality TV is making people like a character out of someone, or making someone look bad, or creating like this persona of what the person isn't really. And so I think it's nice that The Voice is a platform for young or old or anyone, artists.
Well, what you said, Dani, right from the beginning was that they called them coaches instead of
artists,
judges.
coaches and artists rather than
Exactly.
judges and
Yeah.
contestants.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
It's all about the journey and learning. That's what it's all about. And that's the beautiful part about the show.
But you guys did it felt like you were under a lot of stress during
That
those
night.
live
Well,
eliminations.
I was like, we were
especially.
stressed
Performance-wise,
Yeah.
aside from all this,
Could you even
the
sing?
stress
I feel like it was you
behind
blacked out
the
or
scenes.
something.
Performance-wise, that was one of my favorite performances, to
Really?
be honest.
Really?
Oh
Do you
my
even remember
goodness.
it? I feel like I just blacked out
do.
that whole night.
What
Like,
song, what song did you do?
We kept rewinding because we were like, oh my goodness,
What's
we
his
blinked.
What song was it?
I was that was when I sang "Those Were the Days."
Oh,
and
right.
that was
That's a fun one.
it was so fun. The audience, I think, for me was the first time I didn't black out. I'm usually the person where I'm like, wait, what just happened? Like, oh man. But I made a point. I was like, we're gonna be present. We're gonna remember this. We're gonna.
Or when you say you did black out, you actually go up there, you forget the performance when you finish it.
Oh, I do
I
that
get
all the time.
so into it. I get so.
No, I mean, I'm not like.
I'm like, what are you
no,
talking
not
about?
With singing, not with singing,
Every
but
time
with
I'm on The
like.
Voice.
No, I'm not a singer,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like anytime that I have like some like really big like important like presentation or
Yeah.
like if I'm working on a big show or something, like if you
What
ask
did
me
I
how
just
it went
do?
after, I'll be like,
I have no
what?
clue.
Like
what just
yeah,
happened.
I've been working on a show this whole weekend. Like during the rehearsals, like someone yesterday asked me how it went, and I was like, I don't remember. I just got home, but I don't remember anything that just
Yeah.
happened all day. Like
Yeah.
just
Is
that how it is?
energy.
That's how it was before that moment. But that was the most emotional day anyone
you lost
had.
so many people too
You
that
lost.
night.
That's one, they've never done that before. So the
we had
crew,
a break.
everyone.
We were emotional.
I was like,
And we're watching this on television. You're right there. You're in it. I can't imagine.
Your
how
friends
much
are
more
like
heightened
crying as
that
they
is.
walk
As
by.
you're supposed to be singing.
I'm not even kidding. That's what it was. Like they're like, okay, Darby, here's your mic, and then I just see like Kylie walk by, and she's
It's like they're
just like.
carrying out bodies on
I
the
hope they
stretchers.
never do
They're
that
They're like,
again.
okay, like perform, like everything's great, and you have to, like that's game mode.
Yeah.
That's do or die mode. That's okay. That's when you have to remember it's a competition. What am I here to do? In those moments, but it's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
The next step tonight, we'll just get right into it, was another duo, was Christian and Billy, and I honestly think this might be one of my favorite performances of the
They
night.
sounded so good
They
together.
sang Unsteady by Ex-Ambassadors, which is a pop song, and for all of the people in the comments from last week, let me just tell you, I connected with Billy tonight in a big
Oh, because they
way.
say you can't. She keeps saying she can't connect with
No,
Billy.
I hadn't actually until this song, and I honestly think that this song transcended through the TV screen for me. It made me feel what Billy was putting out.
He's
into the
been
world.
warming up though too, because
He
Billy's.
has.
Yeah, you're feeling
And-
him more.
And
Yeah.
tonight, I think that Billy is trying to be a pop artist, and I feel like he's not given pop songs, but this is a pop song, and I finally felt like I was able to connect with him because he's singing the kind of music he wants to sing.
What-
I
what's-
second that 100%. They started on like two ends of the room.
I was
and
in this.
They were both in their element, but Billy really, like, this is who he is.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah.
Top 3 people would be.
You think Billy's hot?
Sorry,
Oh,
Brendan,
yeah.
but Billy's just. I'm in love with
No,
Billy.
but is
don't
Billy
we?
gay?
Billy is gay, but he's
Okay.
still.
Oh, you're
he's
allowed to
still
be
super-
hot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just asking.
Sorry, Billy is the nicest. human
Most
being.
gay guys are hotter than straight
I
guys.
know.
Billy's husband.
I have to name the 3 hottest. but
Billy's
then-
husband is beautiful.
Oh, is he married?
Yeah. I was wearing a ring, that's why I asked, and I didn't know.
And they're the cutest, nicest,
Danny and I were
humblest
like, yeah,
people.
we looked.
Oh my
But
god.
Billy's got such
Yeah,
talent.
so it's
Yeah.
Aaron, Josh, and Billy Gilman.
All right, Billy Gilman's one of the hottest.
What did you guys think of this duo?
Beautiful.
I thought, because you know what, I liked what Christian did earlier. He opens his mouth on this, and I'm like, that's
This
what I
was
was waiting
better.
to hear. Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
buy this. Like, can we buy these duos? I think we can.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I'm buying this. Like, this is one that I'm for sure gonna listen to in my car ride home. I love
I'm gonna
this
go cry
song.
myself to sleep
Yeah.
tonight listening to
I love this song. And we talked about this last week with A Million Reasons with Christian. It's hard to sing a song that's currently on the charts
Right?
because you have to make people want
You
to
have to
buy
do
your
better.
version
Yeah,
and the original
different.
version that's out right now. They're both out. So, like, this one I was like, yeah, I will buy this. And even though I already have this song on my phone.
Billy, he's flawless. He's like an
He is
Ali. He's like
flawless.
Ali Caldwell. They're like their performance are flawless. I feel what you feel where you said you couldn't really connect with them. I couldn't connect with them in the beginning. The last couple of shows, I feel it coming out more where it's like, this guy could take it home because he's so, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
I'd like to feel that connection and that intimacy with him more, but I think I say that about just about everybody. But
We still have no idea who's winning.
and
We have no
No
idea.
clue.
I can't even guess.
It's
who would you think?
We had a top few. We'll
Yeah.
get to that at the end. I
All
think.
right.
We don't want to. We'll get to that.
my
once we get-
predictions.
We'll predict,
Alright.
but once we get through all the acts. Next up tonight was Team Adam's Josh. He sang Danny's song, which another favorite of the night. This
My
was
all-time favorite tonight.
I think
all-time
I think
favorite.
Josh was another one that I feel like had gotten a little lost for me in past weeks, but he brought it tonight.
It
if
was-
there's a time to bring it, it's now.
It was a perfect performance. I mean, he rocked it. Yeah.
Honestly, I think Josh has one of the best stage presence.
He
out
works
of
the
anyone
audience,
there.
right?
He's
so
so
calm.
comfortable on stage. You look at him, you're like, yep, that's where he belongs.
Well, we were talking about it that we really feel like he's someone who after the show could really have
Completely.
a successful country career.
Well, he makes you fall in love with him as you
Yeah.
watch him. He's like your best friend or your brother, and it's like watching him, you're like, why? You're strangely familiar, but at the same time,
He seems like a nice guy. He doesn't have sleazy energy about
Not
him or
at
anything
all.
like that. He just seems like a really nice guy.
I love him.
Yeah, and just for the
into
sake
Sunday.
of time, next up tonight was another duo. We had Allie and Brendan. I feel like Allie, for the first time, and Brendan even, we really saw them loose and be themselves.
That was so good.
It was amazing. It was
She's a rock star.
It was a
Allie's
lot
a
of
rock
fun to
star.
watch. And then we had Sundance right after that. Team Blake, he sang a Winona Judd song, and we got a little bit from Winona, which
That was cool.
awesome.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
She gave him
so
a call.
That
Who's
was
that?
really cool.
Oh, is that
Sundance.
Sundance is
Number
number
two so far on the
two?
charts.
He just keeps rocking it, doesn't
Wow.
he?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Sundance is a serious contender.
He is.
Yeah.
I
you
can
wouldn't
see
know it, would you? It's like you
I
wouldn't
never
think.
would.
Yeah.
I didn't guess it going into it, but I'm telling you, the
I think
people
I
just-
saw it. You know,
Oh,
but
good. Look, you
No.
know, predicting
I
me, okay?
I just saw how people were responding to him, like on the comments and stuff. Like we talked about, like there's a lot of people in the Midwest and
Yeah.
stuff that watch this show.
They're all about Sundance.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
Is that Sundance right there?
I think that we're hearing a bit from him right now.
I mean,
I love all the
he
covers
does
he
too.
does. He makes everything
I think
his
people
own.
forget he was on American Idol too.
Was he really?
Yeah, Sundance
Oh,
was on
wow.
American Idol.
Yeah, but I don't think he made it very far.
He made it to top, I think, 13 actually.
Oh.
See, but that's why I say like this is like one part of an artist's journey.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like did I win The Voice or not? It's like no, I was on The Voice, then I did this, then I did that, then I did
No,
that.
I don't think people
Yeah.
realize it's like the real work comes after the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Like now it's
It
like,
does.
okay, what do I do?
Now what?
See, I was telling your mother before we started, like, I wrote a couple of books, and everybody was like, go get on Oprah, go get on Oprah. And it's like, oh, hold on a second. Okay, Oprah's one thing, but being on Oprah doesn't a career make. You know, there's
Yeah.
a whole, it's part of the journey.
Completely.
Yeah, I think The Voice is just one small stepping stone. That
It's
le-
one-
it-
it's a
good
big stepping
exposure.
stone, but
Yeah.
it's one. Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
exposure. It's a good platform to
a fantastic
start
platform,
your
yeah.
career. But and then the last one of the night, the closing of the show was Billy. He sang a Celine Dion song, which was a
That
real
performance.
showstopper.
The sheet.
Chandelier.
Right? It was like
There
a
was a
Broadway
sheet.
show.
Number three?
Chandelier.
The
Billy
chandelier.
Billy's at number 3.
Is that
iTunes.
underneath?
Wow.
He's probably the
Sundance?
most flawless singer.
Yeah, he sounded amazing tonight. It really.
This is
really-
Kendra, by the way, the voice in the voice in the woods.
I've never heard him hit a bad note. Like when it comes to like technicality, Billy
Yeah.
Gilman has the best. Like
The range.
everything's
yeah.
perfectly on pitch every time. You know when you watch him that you're going to see a perfect performance.
Is it, and that's
That man
interesting because
can
you have the
sing.
different types, right? You don't get that as much with Brendan Fletcher.
No, it's like
but
okay, people like Brendan, people like myself. Like the one thing I always tell,
It's
like
the style.
I'm like, look, I'm not here to sound pretty. Like that's not what's about to happen. I'm here to make you feel something. But he just has a beautiful voice, and he's been doing it his whole life. So it's like he's had all this time to really perfect how to use it and go to the
Train,
places.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, he got a standing ovation this time.
He
He does. I
How
think
many
everyone-
times has he gotten a standing
All
ovation?
4.
That's
and
what
Adam said he was shocked and amazed.
I told
Well,
Billy,
he
I was
would,
like,
he's on his
before I
team.
like get off the show, my goal is to have a Billy Gilman moment. I was like, I need my Billy Gilman moment where everyone stands.
Hey, you got your 4-chair turn.
I got a 3-chair turn.
3-chair turn. Okay.
Yeah, Adam was confused or something.
I don't know. Maybe I don't think he got it like we get it.
But
But that's fine.
in terms of work ethic, Do you see some of the artists that have a better work ethic than others that really just go for it and are working all the time? And
Oh, and everyone there's working.
Everyone.
I feel like at
It's
the point in the
nonstop.
competition where she got, I mean, everyone's serious.
Everybody's-
You know?
And it's like, I can't talk. I don't have words.
I did that before the show.
No, but it's true. It's like you are working. Like there were nights. I remember one night we didn't even have dinner. Like you're working. That's all you do. Your voice becomes so exhausted, and you're always trying to constantly find like those last reserves you have. You're like,
Right.
okay, it's not like if
Did
you
you
were
have
on
to
your
take
own
a lot of
tour.
voice breaks?
With my last song, my voice was shot. I was like that last night before. I was like, I'm gonna drink a lot of tea, and I'm not gonna do anything
So no
else.
break.
No break. There's no time. So it's like, it's just hard.
Okay, one last question. I know that we need to wrap because we're over time, but prior to the show, how much training did you do? Were you
I've
a
been
serious-
training since I was 6 years old.
There you go.
with,
That's what it takes.
Yeah, I've been doing this my entire life, training with different people. It's one of those things where if you, like I told, if you love what you do,
Yeah.
do it all the way. So I've been working my whole life when it comes to training in music, training in acting, like everything. I can't remember a time when I wasn't training, ever.
We can't wait to see your new movie.
I know, we can't wait.
Oh my God.
Hopefully
So
we'll
keep in
get-
touch with us. We'd love
Oh,
to.
I
we'd
will.
love
I'll
the
come
journey.
hang out. You guys
Yeah,
gotta
come
get
hang
rid of
out.
me.
Hopefully we'll get some new music someday too once all the voice is over. But yeah, looking forward to all of that, what we have to come from you. Any like last minute predictions? So next week is our finale. We're gonna have our final four.
Oh boy.
I can't believe they're cutting it in half.
Let's all just
Should we just pick one person?
pick one person each that we think is for sure going through.
Dang. I'm starting to like Brendan more and more.
Brendan?
Yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Natalie?
Oh, tonight's performance, I say Josh.
Josh?
Josh is
Ooh.
going through.
I know for a fact Sundance is gonna go through.
And I think I know for a fact Way is going.
Yeah, Way's going
Okay.
So those are our predictions.
go.
Feel free to agree,
disagree.
disagree, whatever.
Put who you want.
Yeah,
Yes,
comment
there
who
you
you
go.
want below. If they want to continue the conversation,
I'm
where
Chris
can they-
Howard. Reach out to me at Chris Howard Live on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm Nataly Tavidian, Natalie with a Y. Reach out to me, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, at Nataly Tavidian.
I'm Darby Anne Walker. Be sure to follow me and reach out to me on Twitter
Please,
and Instagram at Darby Anne Walker. We'll chat. Yeah.
And I'm Dani Golub. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub. Thank you again, Darby, for
Thank
coming.
you.
We
Thank
loved
you.
having you. This was so much fun.
you.
We'll see you
We're
guys for
so
the finale.
inspired.
So
So
inspired.
inspired.
We'll see you for
Thank
the
you.
finale next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.